Can we please have Mr. Paul Deutsch from the Vietnam Veterans, recite the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming here today and doing our Veterans Day celebration in the middle of this pandemic in a most unusual format and in a virtual way. And we're hoping that by doing so, we could at least put this out in a way which we could appeal and provide it to many, many, many more people in the township than we would actually ordinarily have at a regular ceremony. But with that having been said, it is Veterans Day. It's a very, very important day. We all should be celebrating in appreciation for those that give their lives and put that at risk for those of us to enjoy the freedoms that we enjoy each and every day. I'm going to ask for several people to come forward in order to present wreaths in honor of the holiday. That first person is going to be Ira Roth, commander of the Jewish War Veterans, Post 311. We were supposed to have had Mr. William Koch Jr. of East Brunswick presenting a wreath in honor of the Iraq and Afghanistan war veterans. In his place this year is Mr. Paul Deutsch from the Vietnam Veterans of America. The wreath is being honored for William and Christine's son, Corporal Stephen R. Koch, who was killed in action on March 3rd, 2008. In Afghanistan, serving with the 82nd Airborne Division. The Koch family also lost their daughter Lynn on May 6th of 2010 from the effects of post-traumatic stress disorder due to the loss of her brother. William and Christine continue to work endlessly to honor and preserve the memory of their children and to pay tribute to all of the troops that represent this country. And now I'd like to ask Tommy Cohen, commander of the VFW, Post 133, to give us the wreath for world peace.
We're coming together today to honor those individuals who gave their lives so we can have our freedom. Right now, we take time on out, Veterans Day 2020, to acknowledge the MIAs, POWs, and those killed in action. We'll take a few minutes of silence as we reflect their sacrifice to our country. Chaplain John Marmion, VFW Post 133. I will go ahead and now render taps.
And now a version of Amazing Grace by our bagpiper, John O'Keefe. Before I deliver my remarks, I'd like to point out some of the dignitaries and people that are here today who've helped put this together and make this day entirely possible. First to my left is Councilman Kevin McAvoy. We have Chief of Police Frank Lasacco. We have in attendance today our Business Administrator Joe Criscolo and our Economic Development Officer Kenny Armwood. We also have with the police, who are also veterans, Patrolman Diamond, who did active duties in Iraq and the Marine Corps, and Lieutenant Sutter, who also did active duty in Iraq with the Marine Corps. As you've seen already, we have Ira Roth, commander of the Jewish War Veterans Post 311, Tommy Cohill, commander of the VFW Post 133 here in East Brunswick, Paul Deutsch, Vietnam Veterans of America, our bagpiper, John O'Keefe. You will be seeing on the tape Chaplain John Marmon, and of course the entire staff of the Township of East Brunswick that have been here in attendance today. I don't think it goes unnoticed, shouldn't go unnoticed. Veterans Day, as many of you know, was originally called Armistice Day. It was first celebrated on November 11th in 1918 at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. And it signified the unofficial ending of World War I. World War I wouldn't actually end until the Treaty of Versailles, which was several months later. But it can't go unnoticed that we're living in a parallel time, because what was also going on in 1918 was a pandemic that the world was facing at the same time. And no other American history has ever had a pandemic like that until the one we're in the middle of right now. So I think that we could draw some parallels. And I know that I listen to many people who are talking about the sacrifice and the suffering that they're doing with this pandemic. And I don't want to minimize anybody who has had somebody who suffered from disease or lost a job or a business went out. Don't want to do that at all. But I do think that when we look and think about veterans and the sacrifices that they do every day, that it teaches us a little bit about appreciation and sacrifice. How much can we really be complaining when we can still live on all of the comforts of 21st century living, when we do have the Grubhubs and the Amazons and the technology that we have to keep connected, the ability to have television and the ability to interact with others in a way that might be a little bit different but never existed back in 1918. So I think that Veterans Day gives us something that we should understand about sacrifice, dedication, and devotion, and appreciation for what we have in this country that we very often take for granted. And I think that it brings us back to the knowledge that while we all live in a world that is dealing with its own difficulties, we're extraordinarily lucky as a people, as a country, as Americans. And that luck, that comfort, is all given to us on the backs of those who are willing to take their position on the wall defending this country, the men and women who are willing at any moment in time to put their lives on the line so that each of us can enjoy the comforts and the greatness of this wonderful land that we live in. And so it brings me back to the symbolism of 11, and want to end with the words of Winston Churchill, who was not an American, but those 11 words, which was, "Never was so much owed by so many to so few." So I think that with that, I want to thank everybody who's here today with us, those of you who will be watching. God bless each and every one of you. God bless our veterans here and abroad, and God bless the United States of America. Also wanted to make mentions that each year around this time of year we have pavers that are donated for veterans who have served overseas or here in this country. We have a paver being honored for Ethan Zimmer, Captain U.S. Navy from 1986 to 2016, who has a long and distinguished career with the Navy, who was actually a speaker at one of our previous Memorial Day ceremonies, and is an East Brunswick resident. So I want each and every one of us to pay homage to an American hero, a local hero that lives right here in town, and appreciate the fact that the donation is going to be made for a paver in his honor. In addition, Memorial School every year has a poster contest for Veterans Day. This year, they were asked to provide a poster that commemorates the holiday. They give out a prize each year that is sponsored by the Veterans Alliance. It's a $25 gift card, and we do have 2 winners whose names will be provided on the video for review. We want to thank each one of those kids for participating in clearly what is an important American tradition. With that said, again, I want to thank everybody for being here today. God bless each and every one of you. God bless this country, and thank you for watching.
Hello, my name is Tommy Cole. I'm the commander of the Veterans of Foreign War Post 133 in East Brunswick. I got some of my membership here with me today. I want to introduce them. Ralph Vasquez, United States Navy. Myself, I was Navy. Michael Downs, he's a young man who started an organization called Unbroken Warriors that helps veterans with PTSD and suicide awareness. And I also wanted to introduce Emery, Michael's service dog, and she's one of the best dogs that I've ever been around in my life. And to the right of him is Pat Farrell, US paratrooper. Michael was also Navy. Thanks everybody for showing up here today, and please remember our veterans on 11/11/11. And if you can support our veterans out there anytime throughout the year, please do that. I thank the East Brunswick Township for allowing us to do this today. It's been a pleasure. God bless you all, God bless our troops, and God bless the United States of America.
Good morning. My name is Ira Roth, and I'm the commander of Jewish War Veteran Post 311, East Brunswick. On Memorial Day, we had a virtual service here because of COVID-19. On that day, I reported that over 70 patients from Paramus Veterans Home, 50 plus at Menlo Park Soldiers Home, and many at Vineland Veterans Home have died. Their average age is 82 at these facilities. Sad to report, as of today, over 100 have died at Menlo Park, 90 at Paramus alone. Nationwide, over 26,000 seniors have died and 60,000 tested positive for COVID-19. Yesterday, I visited one of my members that is well known in East Brunswick. Her name is Isadora Gelb, and she lived across the street on Civic Center Drive. She is at an assisted living facility in Somerset, and I made arrangements with the director there for me to see her outside her window. And that's how I spoke to her, through the window, because she's not allowed any visitors, and her and the rest of these people at these facilities have literally been prisoners for over 8 months. Unfortunately, these are hard facts and this ongoing virus. Wear your masks, stay safe and sensible. And on behalf of all the veterans, we'd like to thank Sandy Gatarzi, and we wish her the best and safe to everybody. Take care. Bye.
Hi, today we're here to honor the American veterans that did so much to protect our freedoms. And in my mind's eye, I see them as older men, much like we see in our history books. But the reality is these were young men, and now they're young men and women that serve our country. They've sacrificed so much for so many, and their boundless, selfless acts protect our freedoms and give us the rights that we enjoy each and every day. We remember and we're grateful for all of them, and I'm very honored to serve alongside in the police department with many United States military veterans. While I thank them for what they do every day, today I formally thank them for their service and their continued service protecting our community.
I know it's been several months since we had people in the municipal building here at the municipal complex for the township, but I wanted to, on this Veterans Day, point out a very important project that we have going on here and have been doing so for several years now, and that is our Hometown Heroes Memorial. We actually have plaques, pictures, and dedication to people in town who have participated in any one of the branches of the military. All we ask that you do is that you fill out an application. That application can be provided to you by the clerk's office. It looks just like this. It's called Hometown Heroes. Or you could actually download it directly from the clerk's website. With that information, we're looking for the branch of service, obviously the name of the individual, their rank, station, and any information that we can to contact them. But if you look at each one of the plaques, it's a 5x7 picture. We provide the frame so that there's a level of uniformity to it. And we have a dedication for each one of the branches of the military, which applies to the service that they were part of. We really would like to see that wall continue. Frankly, if it were up to me, we would line the entire building, making honor to the individuals in town who participate in defending this great country. And again, this is being done and promoted today because of Veterans Day, but our veterans defend our country every day of the week, every month. And so it's Veterans Day for all of us here at the municipal complex every day.